Hi, everybody. It's Catherine Varga and Heather Hannan, founders of the Sound Reiki Institute and experts in sound and vibrational healing using only the voice. We are so excited to share with you the following video and the most remarkable way that we were called by Spirit to do a mysterious activation at a previously unknown sacred site. The coordinates of this site brought us to Sedona, Arizona, to a location that is connected to what is now known as Britain's Roswell. But first, let's give you a bit of history. On December 26, 1980, strange glowing lights were seen beside a military base in Rendlesham Forest in England. Sergeant Jim Penniston and a team of other servicemen were sent to check it out and found what appeared to be an unidentified flying object, a UFO. As he approached the craft, time seemed to slow down, and later they were to find out that they had lost hours of time. On the side of the glowing object, they could see symbols that looked just like hieroglyphics, and Jim was compelled to reach out and touch them. He was immediately downloaded a huge amount of code, which he didn't understand. Later, though, Jim wrote down 16 pages of the code that he had received at that time, and he just then put it away. Flash forward to 2010. After being contacted to share his story on the popular History Channel's program Ancient Aliens, Penniston revealed the existence of his notebook filled with the cryptic ones and zeros. With the help of Linda Moulton Howe and other experts, he discovered that the ones and zeros were actually binary codes, and when translated, contained the coordinates of 6 locations around the world: Caracol, Belize; Sedona, Arizona; the Great Pyramid of Giza; the Nazca Lines in Peru; Taishan in China; the Portera at the Temple of Apollo in Nexus, Greece; and the Phantom Island of High Brazil off the coast of Ireland, said to be the Irish Atlantis, the home of a highly advanced civilization.
The ironic thing is that the day before I found out this information, I had no intention of going to Sedona at all. I had told Catherine I just didn't have the time or inclination to join her there. Then, within a half hour of that comment, I found myself saying, "I'm coming to Sedona with you." The very next day, I was guided to Andrew Collins, an author who's associated with the Ancient Aliens TV series. He happened to be lecturing on the Rendlesham Forest UFO Incident in Sedona, and was actually taking a small group of people to the location in Sedona that was pinpointed by the coordinates that Jim Penniston received. When I saw that information, I knew that there was a very important reason that I was being guided to go to Sedona, and that Catherine and I were called to do spiritual work there. In a very unique way, we connected with Robert Harvey. He was the person who guided Andrew Collins to the Sedona coordinates, and he agreed to take us out to the location, which was a 2.5-hour hike into the desert. When we made the arrangements for the hike, Robert asked me on a number of occasions if we had seen the videos from Andrew about his trip out to the coordinates. When Catherine and I finally pulled them up on the internet and watched them, that was a pivotal moment for us.
Because on the screen we saw the symbols that Penniston had touched on the craft. They were very powerful, and I was compelled to reach out and touch them too. After I did that, I immediately went into a meditation and was downloaded information similar to the code that Penniston received. And while I was in meditation, Heather said that she saw the symbols on the screen begin to move.
I felt a huge energy as Catherine was touching the symbols. And then when I saw the symbols moving, I knew that she was receiving an activation. I decided to touch the symbols too, and also went immediately into meditation. As we were in this meditative state, we each received a message from the guardians of this sacred location about the importance of this activation, which included opening multidimensional gateways. What we were asked to do, using Sound Reiki, was to open further and ascend the gateway that these coordinates represented, not only in Sedona, but at all the other locations at the same time.
And a couple of days later, along with a dear friend Cindy Chapman, Robert, Heather, and I followed the footsteps of Andrew Collins to the Sedona coordinates. Andrew had been there only a few days before us, and less than 24 people has actually been to the site. This video records our experience at these mysterious coordinates and the powerful activation that we did to all of these sacred sites at the same time. But while we were there, we also received spiritual and physical healing. Our hike begins with a Sound Reiki alignment of our energy, and find out what happens next. Thanks for watching. We'd love to see your comments below, and please subscribe to our channel. We'd love to see you again. Namaste.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Not as many flies.
Okay, so we're here gathered just before we're going on our hike today, and I'm going to be creating a circle, and we're going to be connecting with Source and aligning us to the divine light energies in alignment to the divine mission that we're on right now for activation of divine light energy at the sacred site that we're going to. And we're now going to be getting into an energetic circle using Sound Reiki, and I connect with Source now. So it's my intent to create a chamber of love and light around all levels and aspects of our being now. I ask to connect with the great divine central source, and I ask to align us to the divine light energy, bringing balance and harmony to our vibrations and aligning it for the divine purpose of our mission today in our activation of these divine light energies at this sacred site, opening up gateways not only here but throughout the world. We give thanks and gratitude. We ask to benefit or to balance for the most benevolent outcome our divine light energy to 100% light, creating our highest possible divine reality, aligned to the highest possible divine reality of the divine light, a divine oneness of all that is now. We ask to be in that divine harmonic alignment of 100% light now. I ask Source, is this intent complete? And I give thanks and gratitude now. Thanks and gratitude. Slowly come back, taking our time. We just went up to a wonderful alignment of vibration. So exciting what's out there right now, because this vibration is very high. I can feel my whole body shaking. It's so awesome. There's this love vibration here. It's like a big love sandwich. And I give thanks and gratitude. And I ask now to connect with Source as I create a chamber of love and light, a quantum configuration chamber around each and every one of us here, to now connect with Divine Source. And I ask Source to come forward with the Earth Mother to embrace us in your loving arms, to ground us now in this 100% light energy in use to thy service, our service, and the greater good of all now. I ask, is this intent complete? And I give thanks and gratitude. I give thanks and gratitude, and it feels like we are all grounded, and we slowly come back into the physical bodies. Now we're able to balance that high vibration in physical form now. And we give thanks and gratitude, and slowly come back. And we're back.
Thank you.
We give thanks. Thanks and gratitude.
My hands are tingling. That's where I usually feel the energy.
Is that
right?
Where do you feel it?
in my hands.
Oh, awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
My hands tingling.
That's,
I feel like a
That's the Reiki in you.
pulsing.
I feel that in my feet. I feel it right here usually. And actually, my whole body was vibrating when we were at that high vibration, and we were hanging there for a bit. Because it was just like it felt really good, and I really liked it. And I didn't notice any flies during that whole thing.
Oh, I was getting. I had them all.
Thanks for taking them for us. I really appreciate that. See, there's. Hello and welcome. We're here at this beautiful sacred site. We wish you could be here, and I know you are, and feel the energy just even for the moment as you're looking at this video, feeling the powerful energy of this beautiful, incredible sacred spot. This is one of the spots that was downloaded through binary codes from the Rendlesham Forest Incident that happened in the 1980s. There were some binary codes that were interpreted from symbols that were on a starship. And we had touched those symbols through a presentation that we saw online, and we were also feeling a lot of energy. And we've been blessed to be guided to this space to do ceremony, to do an activation of this incredible gateway which is resonating with so much love and so much light. And we have been honored and privileged to be part of a world team of light workers that are here to open and activate this gateway into a higher ascension energy that is contributing to the ascension of the human consciousness and activation of all of the RNA, DNA, cellular, molecular, all dimensional energy that is allowing us to ascend so that we are accelerating our ascension. And by activating these multidimensional gateways, it allows our consciousness to also be able to absorb a higher level of divine light frequency for our own ascension and evolution as we work together towards creating oneness, peace, wholeness, and harmony amongst all of us, in harmony with the planet and all that is. We give thanks to our brothers and sisters that are here on the planet and here that are visiting us as well. We give thanks and gratitude for the blessing of oneness of all beings together of light, which are joining us now. We are honored and privileged to be activating this gateway that will, like a domino effect, activate all gateways on the planet, raising our vibration and our evolution and potential. We give thanks and gratitude for the quantum leap that on an energetic level we're taking now. I give thanks and gratitude. It's my intent to create a quantum configuration chamber and shield around all levels and aspects of all of our being and this sacred site. I call upon the great divine central source of all that is of divine love and light. We give thanks and gratitude for the blessing of being here. We now ask to align us to the divine light and activating the divine light sound and light codes that are associated with this site and the other sacred sites that are connected to it all throughout the world. We now activate its original divine blueprint for its original intention to be activated now on all levels and dimensions of its being, creating its highest possible divine reality, aligned to the highest possible divine reality of the divine light of divine oneness for all that is now. I ask that, is this intent complete? I get a yes from Source. I give thanks. give thanks and gratitude for the blessing of this activation. I call upon Source and I ask, is it 100% true that this gateway has received full activation and that all the gateways are now in alignment to the same divine light frequency of this activation, working in wholeness and harmony as one, in alignment and in accordance to their original divine blueprint. Now, I give thanks and gratitude for the blessing of this activation. Messages. Checking to see if there's more divine messages. I feel from the divine light energies that are guiding us in this sacred space that it is complete, that the energies are being activated all over the world and everything is being connected and a new grid is forming as a result of it.
Yeah, I could see that happening. And the message I'm getting is blessings. Blessings and thank you for receiving the message, the mission, to ascend the vibration of these gateways and expand the human consciousness to a level where the light workers of the earth will more freely access their gifts faster, effortlessly, moving the human consciousness from this place of fear to a place of love and oneness. The human consciousness was always strong, always light. But the darkness seemed to prevail in the media, in the public. But that is just an illusion. This activation will make it easier for those who sought a way to see the light, to recognize the beacon that has always been there, and to come home to the oneness of all that is of divine love and light. Thank you for this gift that has been brought to the human consciousness. And its effect universally. Peace be with you. We love you. Blessings.
Blessed be. Gratitude.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And tools that come up, just, you can either follow the tones that we're all finding our resonance to, or you can do your own individual thing. It's all perfect. Just feel it, and just whatever comes out organically, no judging out of your head, just feel it, and whatever comes out is right. Sound good? Here we go. We give thanks and gratitude, and now with this beautiful activation, we're going to be grounding our energy here, so that we are grounding this beautiful high vibration, multidimensional energy with Sound Reiki with the earth. We're connecting and grounding it so that we're all able to use this high vibrational energy in our three-dimensional physical bodies in a magical way. We give thanks and gratitude for this grounding. It is my intent, our intent, to connect with Source and the Earth Mother. And we ask you to embrace this and this intention and all of the activations in your loving arms and ground it now for the human consciousness, for all of us, and use to our service, thy service, and the greater good of all now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like there was like a net around the earth, and it went all over like a beautiful gold light just all around the earth, grounding everywhere. And then all of a sudden it went into like a hydro, like what do they call it, there was like a 3D image, and then it became that same grid that was in the earth, just came above it and started to have like a holograph grid around it that matched it, that was all integrating to me spirit and the earth energy through this high dimensional frequency, which was amazing.
My hands were so hot.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, really, yeah, the palms.
Yeah, that's great.
Wow. How about yourself?
I had the image of a geometric. Are you familiar with the term cymatics?
Yes.
A geometric grid around the planet was starting to activate and connect.
Fantastic. Yeah. Excellent. How about yourself?
Well, and I saw a celebration. I saw all different spiritual beings, the ancestors, the native people here, the Star Nations, everyone, like, we did it, and it's great, and everyone was so happy, like a huge love sandwich.
Excellent.
It was just love, love, love.
So do you want to go feel the actual coordinate site?
Yeah, let's go to the
Yeah.
coordinate site now.
Let's do it.
Yay! Thank you, thank you.
You know what's amazing is how many rocks here look like hearts.
Hearts. No,
Yes,
isn't it?
They
it's
do.
true.
I mean, honest to God,
It
I
is, yeah.
thought
here's the coin. Oh my gosh. The abundance is continuing.
I don't know what it is, do you know?
Cindy just found money. Looks, is it Mexican? Ouch, it's hot.
Okay.
When I said we can take the shortcut, when I first brought the group out here, we went on up there and I missed the turn. Then I had to turn around and back. And I was like, apologetic for everyone. But Spirit did that. Because when we did our ceremony, it was 11:11.
That's amazing.
And we all looked at each other and went, oh, so that wasn't a mistake.
That's right, exactly. It never is. Absolutely. You okay? Can I help you in some way?
When you were saying that, the video had been recording for 1.11 minutes.
There you go. Thank you for that confirmation.
Pretty amazing.
CD, I just
You
found
know,
I
I
found a coin.
Found money.
Oh, you did?
Wow,
Yeah, look at-
abundance.
Want to take a
Yeah.
look?
And see, we need to get to the point where we're no longer surprised about synchronicities.
Love it.
Yes.
Where we say, isn't
We
that amazing?
expect it.
It's not amazing. It's
Yeah.
the way things are supposed
That's
to work.
right. We love that we're in flow. That
I mean, it
shows
may be
we're in
amazing,
flow.
but that's the way things are supposed to
I don't know what nationality is this. This is 100 something
Peso?
go. Pesos.
pesos.
Chile.
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 Republic de
Oh.
Chile.
So there's something significant about Chile. You have to look it up.
100 pesos.
Okay,
Cool.
thank you.
100.
At 100. Awesome.
New beginnings.
So
Finery.
since we're talking synchronicity, you want me to share a story with you?
Yes.
So anytime you have an encounter with an animal in nature, that's nature talking to you,
Yep.
right? So I was doing a tour one time, had a full Jeep, had a woman in front with me who was by herself on the tour. She was from Norway. And she was telling me, we're coming up by Dry Creek Road, coming up towards Lizard Head. And she's telling me how she's visited here for like 6 years and she's thinking about moving, but she's scared. It's a big change, you know, from Norway to here. It's a big leap, right?
Wow, yeah.
And so I don't remember how we segued into it, but right after that, I started telling her that when you have an animal encounter, it's a sign from nature and there's a message. As I was saying that to her, we're coming around a place, there's no big trees, nothing up high. I was talking to her and I turned to look forward and I saw something coming down out of the sky, just falling. And in the Jeep, there's the windshield and then the cover, and there's a gap of about 5 or 6 inches there. This thing came down, hit the bar, went through that gap, and went right in between her breasts. She had a low-cut top on and went boom, right in there, and it was moving.
Wow.
And she freaked out, popped it out, and it went under my feet. And I'm driving the Jeep, so it's like, whoa, what is this? So we
Wow.
pull over, and it was a baby bird.
Oh my gosh.
This bird landed, it seemed to be dead. It was stunned because it hit the bar. She and I got out, and we started sending energy to it, and it revived.
Oh, great.
And we set the bird on a tree. It was like, I don't know what else to do with the bird, you know? So there was a message for her there.
Wow.
The message was, take the leap. You may have a bumpy, start, but you may land in, you may have a soft landing
That's
you
it.
can't even imagine.
Yeah, that's true. That's
As I
amazing.
was saying it to her,
That's
that
incredible.
happened.
That's incredible.
Remarkable. Love that.
Isn't
Love
that
how
amazing?
spirit works. That's amazing. That is so cool.
And I mean, it was a bullseye.
Wow.
Not hit high or to the side, it just went whoosh,
Wow.
right on in there, man. It was crazy.
Speaking to her heart.
Yes. That's a good aspect to it. Went directly to her heart.
Yeah. So to come from love and not fear.
Awesome.
Come from love and not fear.
That's it. Wow. Incredible. Energy is amazing here. This is just incredible energy. You can really feel it from the rocks. Watch yourself here. This is kind of sticking out.
Really been active through here.
this is the spot.
This is the spot.
This is the coordinates for Sedona, which the binary codes.
From the area, the craft symbols.
This is one of the 7 places that was highlighted with these codes, and that's why we're here.
You know, and the flames go up, and when it's lit, that's what this feels like. It feels like there's like a giant, like a flame of energy. I mean, probably like 100 feet up, in this concentrated in this spot, almost like a geyser, if I can say that, of energy.
That's why it's so hot.
Yeah, it is just gushing. So it feels like this huge geyser of energy that is concentrated in a very, like, almost like a flame, but it's not dispersed anywhere. It's very concentrated in a very pillar-like way, but it's very active, and just like, you know, natural gas and the flame is going up. That's what it feels like energetically here.
Well, and I wonder,
It almost like it's a beacon. It's
Yes.
almost like it's an energetic beacon.
but Robert, was it as strong here before?
I didn't feel it as strongly as I do today.
Yeah, that's
Today
because
I
it's
feel
been
it
activated.
really, really strongly.
Yeah.
Whereas previous times here, I felt it mostly over at the doorway.
Yeah.
But here, there's a real strong energy up there with the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a beacon, like a.
I guess that's why I was drawn to climb up when I got here.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I came here. As soon as I got here, I went up there.
Yep.
And I cannot look at that without, in some inner vision, seeing lookouts up
Yeah.
there.
Cool. I can see that. Makes sense. Wow. Amazing. Fantastic energy. Very powerful, with an intensity about it, but one of light. A real concentration of energy. Maybe it's a spiritual gas station right here. Everybody's touching down and getting this incredible energy because it just feels like it's just shooting up like a beam.
It's interesting because the video won't let me shut off. I've been trying to shut it off for the last 10 seconds.
It
It's
won't
like,
let you shut
I
off.
was- yeah. Okay, so let me see. Are we done now?
There's been a number of those singular little jet flying right there from the clouds. About to go into the rocks. Yep. I think it was a plane.
I hear it. Oh, yeah, I see it.
Wow.
Wow, it's going pretty fast.
It is going really fast. That must be an aerobatic plane or something.
Yeah, almost like a,
Any blue
Like an
headlights?
airship.
yeah,